We've got Brady Cook at the podium if you've got questions for Brady.
Good. Refreshed. Got a lot of good work in and feel good.
Brady, what are some points coming out of the bye week where you feel like you've improved since the season started?
Yeah, I think I've just improved. Overall, just getting through my reads. Seeing the defenses more clearly. Making some good plays, making some throws. We were pretty good on third down last week or 2 weeks ago. We just got to score more touchdowns. That's what I'm focused on.
Brady, one thing Eli was talking about the other day was changing your launch point on some throws, and that's really nitty-gritty stuff. But could that help just maybe help with protection and just change where you're throwing the ball in the field?
Sure. I think so. Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, I think that could definitely help. And just finding windows and understanding where I'm protected. So knowing where I can throw and what angles I need to throw out on certain routes. So yeah, I definitely think that's a really good point.
Is it kind of difficult to get yourself back in the frame of mind for game week after having a week off?
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, I live and breathe this, so another game is like Christmas morning.
Brady and Coach been concerned about options and trying to make the right decision, especially on the third and short plays. But how do you exactly do that when it's a split decision type of thing for you in the field?
Just out at practice, repping at full speed, and then in the film room, just really understanding the look. So before the play even happens, I can expect, what the defense is going to do. And at that point, it's just muscle memory, and you just go out and execute it. So that's what I'm working on this week. That's what I plan to do Saturday.
Sarah, were you able to build maybe a stronger rapport with receivers like Michael Manning and Kai Miller, due to Luther and Barrett not being available as much?
Yeah, definitely. Those guys have been great in practice. They showed up in the game, and they've done their job. They've been really reliable, so that's obviously super exciting, just knowing that when we need those guys, they're going to be there for us.
Brady, Vanderbilt's team kind of utilizes a lot of defensive backs. What are some things you've seen from their secondary?
Yeah, I mean, experienced secondary, play a lot of ball. These looks are things we've seen before. I need to be smart about, where blitzes are coming from and, just my protections and just delivering the ball and making plays. So it's, these looks aren't anything we haven't seen before. We feel pretty comfortable about what they're doing. And then we just need to go out and execute, focus on us, do our stuff really well, and take care of the ball.
Does it being homecoming, you guys any extra motivation, or you guys trying to treat it like a moment?
Yeah, homecoming. Obviously, that's big for the fans and the program at Mizzou. So yeah, it's a little bit more special, but at the end of the day, it's a 4-quarter football game, and we got to go win it. So it doesn't really change much once you get out there, but yeah, it's pretty fun.
Brady, how important was it to get the extra time in the film room to kind of go back and look at where you were at the start of the season and kind of moving through the games and get this extra week to kind of see for yourself full on, what coach has been talking about and what adjustments you can make?
Yeah, I mean, it just really gave me time to, like you said, decompress, watch every game again, just really go over where I need to improve. The way I see it, there's 6 more opportunities. I plan on changing this thing around. By the end of these 6 games, it's going to be a different story for sure. I can tell you that. So I was able to, go over what I need to do to make that happen. I had almost 2 full weeks to do it. So I watched every game, watched every throw I made, and it's all right there. I could count on 2 hands the amount of plays that were needed to win those 3 games. So, yeah, it's all there for the taking. I was able to correct a lot of stuff over the bye week. I'm really confident in our offense and our team that we're going to turn this around.
What kind of stuff did you correct over the bye week?
Yeah, there's just a couple missed reads. A couple missed throws physically where I just need to put it on, for example, that second interception in Florida. I got to put it on Tauskie's opposite shoulder on that in cut as he's breaking out. That's one specific example. The first interception at Florida, once I see Luther get hit off the route, I just need to move on in the progression, squeeze it, even if I'm, starting to throw it, just squeeze that ball, get through your progression. And then, we had a chance to go tie the game at the end of Florida. I think, hey, I'm the leader of the offense. We got to go get that done, tie the game up. If not, go for 2 and win it. So, yeah, there's just things like that. I go through every game, every incompletion, turnover. How can I change that in the future? I kind of took you through Florida, but that's what I did over bye week.
The first pick you mentioned, how hard is it to make those split decisions? I mean, Luther got touched right as you throw the ball. There's fractions of seconds there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough, but playing quarterback in the SEC isn't easy. So I don't expect it to be easy, or I know that's how it goes. It's all split-second decisions. Everything I do is split-second decisions. So I just need to figure out a way to improve on those decisions, find a way to just make that play, because it can't happen. And I just need to keep repping, trusting my reads, trusting my progressions, and just keep doing the best I can as far as that goes.
Do you see more opportunities when you're watching that film for chances for you to run the ball when things break apart, and where some openings might be where you could probably just tuck it and pick up the first down if you need?
I've seen a couple. I feel like I have done a good job of checking running lanes when things aren't there. There were definitely a few times I've seen on film where, I could just tuck it, try to make one guy miss, and I might have a big play. But at the same time, I'm working on getting through my progressions, getting comfortable in the pocket, and not taking off so quickly. So I think there's a fine line between those two things. Letting your guys win downfield and getting comfortable in the pocket versus, maybe taking off too quick. So I'm trying to find that, that happy balance right there. And I think when I do, it can, definitely help our offense.
Brady talked about the depth pieces in the wide receiver room, stepping up over the bye week instead of Florida, but Barrett probably coming back, and Luther might be able to come back and help him down. How are you feeling about those guys?
Yeah, I feel great about them. Damo, Luther, Barrett, those three guys are great receivers, great players for offense, obviously. And obviously they're going to be utilized a lot, as much as we can. So I'm excited to have them back. They're going to really help us out.
Brady, how much are you learning about kind of game management situations? Coach, talking the other day about the swing 8 at the end of the first half, beginning of the second half. Just how important are those possessions there, those opportunities?
Yeah, it's really important. First thing that comes to my mind is just our red zone offense. It's been killer for us because we haven't been able to get the ball in the end zone as much as we wanted. I think about just our red zone offense and how we can score more touchdowns. Because at the end of the day, if we score more touchdowns, we probably have a couple more wins on our record right now. So that's what I'm thinking about. And then also, the swing 8. How can you use that momentum going into halftime and then right out of halftime? That's huge. There's a crazy stat. I don't know exactly what the number is, but teams who win the swing 8 win football games. So definitely focused on that.
Thanks, Brady.
Great.
Go get your jacket. I have Tauskie down at the podium if you've got questions for Tauskie.
Tauskie, we kind of talked with you about Makai Miller after the game last Saturday in Florida, but were there any other guys that kind of stood out this week and watching the younger guys step up in the bye?
Damo, of course, a young dude who's, showing his skill. Makai Miller, like I said, we also got younger guys like Mucky and Makai Manning. They're showing up, even in practice, they're showing up, knowing their assignments, what to do in the detail. So that plays a big factor because, we're in week 6, 7, and, they got to be on deck ready to roll because, injuries are bound to happen throughout the game.
Tauskie, looking at the tape over the bye week, what are some things the receiver group as a whole can do
Focusing in on the details, make sure we're knowing our assignments, even the alignment. Those are the small things. And it's just about honing in and focusing in on those details. Make sure we're looking the ball in, make sure we're attacking the ball, like backside cutoff, and all those things are the small details that matter.
Tauskie, it being homecoming week, does that you feel any more, pressure to get winners? Or just the, same game that you have been playing on every Saturday this year?
It's no secret, it's a 3-game losing streak, so we look forward to this. It's homecoming, the fans, the family. I know everybody else look forward to homecoming too, but for us, it's about making sure we focus on the details and our execution, coming out and getting a win.
Anything else for Tauskie?
Tauskie, offensively, just what does it look like to come out and set the tone, especially coming out of a bye week this week?
Being aggressive and attacking the defense, attacking their weaknesses and make sure we capitalize off those, try not to go 3 and out, make sure we capitalize off each play, and it's all about moving the ball downfield and capitalizing off each possession that we get as an offensive unit and going to go score.
Is there anything specific you guys have learned from watching the tape of the first 6 weeks of some of the starts you guys have had that you're trying to kind of get out of your system and then trying to start quicker?
Penalties, that's a lot. Penalties is like the main concern that we're working on, that we're fixing, and also mental errors. It's a part of the game. You're going to get MAs, but over the bye week, we prioritize that, focused in on the small things, the details, went back to the basics. And so after this bye week, we feel pretty good, ready to go Saturday.
Thanks, Tauskie.
No problem.
Got Barrett Banister at the podium if you've got questions for Barrett.
Yeah, you obviously missed the Florida game. What was exactly ailing you, and on a percent-wise, how you feel right now?
It was kind of just a hit I took against Georgia. They're late, and so I feel great now, 100%. It was just something that was kind of a decision for me not to go.
When you watch another close game like that, you can't do anything about it, on the field at least. What are the emotions like? It's been a while since you missed a game.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked. I'm definitely not a fan of if I'm going to be on the sidelines down there, I want to be between the lines. I thought our guys played hard. There was obviously stuff that we need to do better, need to correct, need to fix, and we just hope that we can do that this week.
Kind of offer some pointers to some of those younger guys getting there with time, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the whole purpose of me, even going down there. It was just, I've played a lot of ball in this league, and if there was any wisdom, any help I could provide to those guys, coaching points during the game, what I'm seeing, and kind of help guide them in that direction. That was kind of the goal.
Barry played in quite a few homecoming games. I mean,
Mhm.
is this any different as far as, it being a normal game, or is it a little bit more pressure because it is homecoming?
I don't know if pressure's the word, but it's exciting to, we always have a great crowd on homecoming. There's a lot of history here at Mizzou with it. And so it's always just an exciting game. It's a cool environment, and I think all the guys are really excited about it. It's hard to find tickets. Everyone wants to come to it.
Barrett, looking at the tape, what are some things that the receiver room can do to elevate the passing game this week?
I think the biggest thing to elevate the passing, we got to get the run game going. Anytime that you can run the ball, bring safeties down where they got to fit into the run scheme, it brings over the top play action shot game, which is, a big part of what we do. So I think, blocking is going to be a big thing for us. And then from just getting the pass game going, I think we just got to execute the things that we know how to do early on in the game, making the catches that give the quarterbacks confidence and going from there.
Barrett, knowing you weren't going to play that Florida game, but still being there on the sidelines, was there anything that you saw from the sidelines that you think might be able to help the offense out going into the back half of the season?
I think it's the same things that you see on tape, and I mean, I'm sure you guys, we have penalties that get us behind the chains. When you're playing defenses that are this talented in this league, it's hard to play from behind the chains, and we got to improve that, got to get better at that. Early down success, it goes along with penalties. We can't be getting ourselves in 2nd and 12s, all that stuff. We got to get the ball moving forward.
And then, I think all of us, just from a turnover perspective, we got to eliminate those. Anytime you're giving other teams extra possessions, it's going to be hard to overcome.
Brady talked a little bit about going back through the film of the past few games. And for you, is there a specific game or two that stands out that you watched throughout the bye week that kind of, when you assess yourself, that you kind of learned from?
I tried the bye week for me, I always try and kind of get away from ball. To answer your question, I think the game that we can go and point back to is the Georgia game. I mean, I think any way you put it, we were right there with one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country, and we got to take that energy, that execution, all that we played with, and apply that to these next 6 games, and be even better than we were then, because that wasn't enough.
Brady was just in here and seemed pretty driven to get this thing turned around. What have you seen from him during some of these recent struggles?
I've seen hard work. There's a lot of distractions and noise that could get him in his head, and I haven't seen that from him at all. He's driven, he's motivated, and he's excited each day he goes out to practice. And that's the thing, is like, we've lost 3 games by combined 14 points. We got 6 games left on our schedule, and this can go one of 2 ways. We can either all quit and moan and pout about it, and if we do that, it's only going to get worse from here. Or we can pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and go to work. That's what we can do.